Hello again, here it is. Now I'm going to talk in this lecture about blending. Now throughout the course you're going to see that I have so many different blends for this, dozens and dozens and dozens of ready-made blends that you can use. But let's say you want to get a little bit adventurous and blend your own, make your own blends. So I want to just go through the basics of blending, because there are things like they talk about top notes, middle notes, but now you'll have all this information in your resources, but I just want to go through a few of the basics. First and foremost, there are no absolutes, no hard and fast rules, but there's some basics you can look into. Now, when it comes to blending, there are certain categories based on aromas when it comes to your essential oils. So one of these categories is floral, a category that is floral. So your floral aromas, so you think the flowers of jasmine or rose, these types of things. So these are your florals. Then of course you have your woodsy ones. So there's a category based on the aromas of wood. So cedar woods, sandalwoods, pine. So think woods, and then you got this woodsy category. There are also an earthy category, vetiver, patchouli, these sorts of things. Herbaceous. So think of your herbs, your basils, your rosemaries. So that's another category in itself. There's mint, a minty category, spearmints, peppermints, these sorts of things. There's also medicinal and camphorous category. So with that category, you think of things like eucalyptus, tea tree oil, these types of things. Spicy category. So think your spices, your peppers, your cloves, cinnamons, think spices. So there's a spicy category. There's another category, oriental, which is things like your ginger, your patchouli. And there's another category called your citrus category. So think your citrus, your limes, lemons, mandarins, tangerines. I think citrus, oranges, sweet oranges, that sort of thing. Now, as a basic rule, you can blend the same categories. Okay, so let's say citrus. So you could blend your lemons, your oranges, and say have a nice citrus blend or a woodsy blend, those sorts of things. So just think, if you want to blend, blending the same categories works really well. So if you want to do a floral, a nice sweet floral perfume, so your jasmine, your rose, these sorts of things. So just keep that in mind, or your mints. And so the same categories blend well. Another thing to be aware of, just as again, just a general rule, speaking of your florals, they will blend well with, your florals will blend well with, say, spicy, citrusy categories and the woodsy categories. Okay, so that's your florals. They'll tend to blend best with those sorts. Again, no hard and fast rules, but these will give you just an idea. Your woodsy categories, they will blend well with basically all of your categories. So if you've got wood, your sandalwood, your cedar wood, your pine, you can pretty much make them work really well with all other categories. Your spicy and so think cinnamons, cloves, that sort of thing, your spicy and your oriental categories, they will blend really well with your florals, your orientals, and your citrusy blends, your citrusy categories. Okay, and finally, like your minties, your peppermints, your spearmints, the minty category, these will do really well with your citrus, your woodsy categories, the herb categories, and your earthy ones. Okay, so that's your mint ones. So let's just go back to the notes. I talked about your top notes, your middle notes, and your base notes. So what are we talking about there? Okay. So when we talk about the top notes, this is that first aroma you'll smell. Now I've got a chart in the resource notes which has a pretty extensive list of essential oils and whether they're top, base, or middle notes, so you can refer to them. So if you've got oils at home and you're going to go, oh, I'm not really sure if it's a base note or a middle note or a top note. So you can have a look there, and if it's not included there, then you can always just get onto the net, type it in, and put in notes, and which note is it, and you'll have it if it's not already in the chart that I've given you. Now, to go back, top notes are the ones you first smell. That first you come in, so you've got your blend, it's got your base note, your middle note, and your top note. Okay, if you want to blend them through the notes. Top notes evaporate in the first 1 to 2 hours. Okay, so that's the first one you smell. It evaporates in the first, and there'll be like citrusy ones, and they'll come in and they'll go. Then in the next, say, 2 to 4 hours, if it's in a diffuser, that sort of thing, up comes your middle, your heart area, the middle notes, that sort of thing, like a lavender. So that sort of starts to come in. And then finally, what comes out of your perfume is your blend, the base notes. That's the ones that come out at the end, okay? Takes the longest to evaporate. So, okay, so let's say you want to blend. And by the way, I'm going to show you how to cheat this a nice little way, okay? So hang in there because we're going to show you a little cheats way. It's to make it a lot easier for you. Now, when it comes to this, you really don't want to do a blend of more than 25 drops, especially if it's a new blend, right? Because you don't do a 50-drop blend and they go, oh, geez, I don't like that at all. Then you got to throw out all these essential oils. So make it a maximum. You can do 10 drops. But don't do any more than 25 drops in total because, as I said, you're going to waste it. So, So now when it comes to the percentages of your notes, the percentages of how many drops of top, middle, and base. Okay. Your top notes, you want to have 30%. Again, no hard and fast rules, but I'm just going to give you a general idea. Your top notes, you want to have about 30%. Okay, middle notes 50% and 20% for your base notes. All right, so let's say your top note, so 30%. So let's say you're doing a 10-drop mixture. So you put 3 of your top notes, 3 drops. Okay, and obviously double it if you're doing 20 drops. But yeah, let's just keep it simple. So 3 drops of your top notes, because that's 30% of a 10-drop, blend. Middle note, 50%, so 5 drops. And then 20% of your base note, 2 drops, okay? So 3 drops, 5 drops, that's 10 drops, and then of course you double it, 6, 10, and 4, if you're doing 20 drops, so on and so forth, okay? So again, no hard and fast rules, as I've said to you, but it'll give you a basic idea. So where's the cheating come in? That's what I hear you ask me. All right, so let's say you want to make a stress-relieving blend and you want to have fun making your own blend. Again, in the course, I've got so many of these, you can check them and I've got the drops and all that sort of thing. But let's say you want to have fun or you have a particular something you want and it's not already in the course. I highly doubt that because it's fairly extensive, but there might be a possibility. So anyway, so the cheating part. Here's the cheating part. Okay. Now let's have a look here. I Googled here stress-relieving blends. And here they have blend number 1. I don't know what this site's from, but it was just wrote, there were heaps of different things. But they recommend lavender, frankincense, and orange. Now, so this is where you come in. Now, it doesn't say how many drops, but we know. All right, so we know this. If we go to the chart, we know that lavender is a middle note. So middle note, 50%. So let's do a 10-drop blend again. So lavender is a middle note. So we'll do 5 drops of lavender. Frankincense. Frankincense is a middle base note, okay? So 2 drops. Remember the base note, 20%. And orange is a top note. So we know 3 drops. So now, you know from what I've told you, you can go and check out. Now, if you want to be really tricky, you can go to, maybe there's like a site that has their own special blends. You know how you'll see calming blend. And they'll just show you the oils that are into, they'll show you, this is our sleep well blend or whatever, and it will show you the oils that are in them. They won't tell you the drops, of course, but they'll tell you these are the oils that are the ingredients, into that mix. Now, you now know a rough percentage of the top. So all you need to do is to check what they've got. Use that percentage guide, 50, these 3 fingers up here, top notes, 30%, 50% middle note, 20% base notes. So you now look at what they've got in their list. Told you it's cheating. And then look at the top notes, work out your percentages, middle notes, base notes, and there you got it. You can now make basically what they've got by knowing the notes and from the charts in your resources. And again, if they're not there, you can always just look on the net and find out if I've missed some. And away you go. So you can start blending dead easy, and it's a lot of fun as well. And so then you can. Now the other thing I want to tell you is it's a good idea to write them down. Like let's say you made a combination and you really loved it. Now if you write them down, you're going to know how many drops and which oils you used, because otherwise you start dropping it in and you loved it and you went, oh damn, what did I put in there? Oh, and you're lost. So having a little chart, and then you can chart down your favorite ones. Okay, so there you are, in a little bit of a nutshell, the different categories that there are. Remember, each category blends well within the same category, and I've told you that different types of categories will blend better with others, and your notes. So now you can have a lot of fun as you get more familiar with it. Again, you don't have to even worry about this lecture if you don't want to, because I've got so many blends. There's dozens and dozens throughout the course. However, it's always good to have a bit of fun and a bit of experimentation. So there you go. So there's a word on the notes, because you will hear about things like top notes, middle notes, and in perfumery, this is what they're all doing. When you're getting your colognes, your perfumes, it's these people spend years and years, books, volumes of them on perfume notes and the balance between them all. Okay, so there you go. Have fun with it, and you've got it all there for you.